Hey everybody, I decided to make a video today because I've been irritated about things that I hear and see. I feel especially irritated today just seeing shit over and over again from the people in this world, the people in this country. Anyways, I guess I'll get right to it. First off, I want to talk a little bit about the whole Boston Marathon situation. Obviously a tragedy. Obviously, people killed, people hurt. So I want to talk about that. I saw something about Rush Limbaugh making a crack about banning pressure cookers and ball bearings. And I just first wanted to answer to that ridiculous statement by saying, pressure cookers and ball bearings are everyday items that people use to cook, to roll down the street, or whatever they use them for. They're used for other things. And some people got together and put these items together and created a bomb out of it. And that's bad. And that could be done with all kinds of things, down to making a weapon out of a stick he picked up off the ground. Now, I want to point out to good old Rush Limbaugh, because he's a fucking idiot. The main difference here is those things are created to do other everyday things and are misused to create a weapon or whatnot. Whereas guns are created for one single purpose. Guns are created to kill. And that's all they do. You can't fucking cook your dinner with a gun, alright? You can't put your gun in your skateboard so you can roll down the street. It's ridiculous, alright? Which moves us right along to the whole gun control issue. I keep seeing people saying, don't take my guns away. You can't take my guns. Pry them from my dead hands. Who's trying to take your guns away? As far as I understand, what progressive liberals are more trying to do is regulate them and make damn well sure we know what guns are in whose hands and what gun did what and who might have done it because they own that gun. Background checks, all that stuff, whatever it takes. Whatever it is that you guys are so dead set against because you want to have your gun rights. You have the right to have a gun. There should be some responsibility that goes with it. You can't drive a car down the street without taking a test to get your license, paying for insurance, and registering the vehicle. Now, this is something that's used to transport people around. Yeah, and it can be deadly, which is why we have those constraints on it, which is why we have those restrictions on it. I don't see anybody bitching about having to register their fucking car. We have the right to bear cars. And speaking of insurance, maybe that's what we need. Maybe people who want to own guns should have to have fucking gun insurance to cover for accidents and stupidity and whatever happens, Perhaps that's what it is, but I'm sure that you'll talk your shit about that and they want to make me get insurance on my gun, blah, 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 Which brings me on to another point of things I'm seeing. Do you guys do you really, really, really think that Obama is trying to pass some gun control so he can overthrow the country? This is really ridiculous, idiotic thinking. That's just stupid, alright? Just dumb. Dumb. It's dumb, alright? I said it today, someone shoots me with a gun, I have to go to the emergency room because of my injury. They're going to make me fill out a ton of paperwork just to be able to get cared for and shit, So, yeah, damn right. I want you to have to fill out a ton of paperwork as well to be able to get that gun that you just might shoot me with if you feel like it. I have a little bit of experience on the subject. I've never owned a gun. I have no desire to own a gun. If I feel my life is in danger, I'm trained myself to find weapons around me if I might need them. I'm not going to carry a gun around hoping that it'll save me if something happens. I've had a gun held to the back of my head. I've wrestled the guy who held the gun back of my head to fight for my life. So I know what it is to feel your life be threatened and to feel like you want to defend yourself. I'm not speaking from no experience. I know what this is like. I've been mugged twice, alright? You know how hard it was after the muggers broke my arm and everything to get treatment for that, to go to the doctors? I had to fill out all kinds of paperwork and have all kinds of bills that I couldn't pay and all kinds of stuff because these guys decided to mug me. So yeah, want to move on since I'm talking about gun control and hospital and stuff. It's like you conservatives freaking you trip me out. I don't get you. I don't get you guys. I mean, I don't get it. You want your guns, but you don't want to give a woman a right to decide if she wants to save herself due to problems with pregnancy issues and stuff. You want to make sure that you save lives that are unborn at the time, but you want to make damn sure you have your weapons to take a life if you feel you need to. Pretty ridiculous. I guess I got off the subject of medical and stuff. I'll get back on that, you know, because like all these issues that we have going on, and you're worried about gun control and aborted fetuses, you know. I mean, we have education problems, health problems. We need to take care of this stuff. We need to take care of this stuff. I'm sick and tired of everybody blaming the problems in this country and in the world on the poor, the elderly, and disabled. That's the way it is. That's what you guys are doing when you're taking away our benefits, calling them entitlements, and all that stuff. That's basically what you're saying. You're saying that all of our problems, that's Nazi propaganda right there. You know, you're not blaming a race anymore. You're blaming a class. You know, you blame the lower class. Lower class isn't the one who's done shit. Look at the records. Look at the numbers. The welfare system, the Medicare system, all those things, they're not what's draining our budget. They're not the reason that we're in debt. I mean, if you look at the numbers and you see the big corporations, the big corporate heads, the big political heads, they're the ones taking all the money and putting it in their pocket. Wake the fuck up. We don't need to fight against these entitlements that honestly people are entitled to. They're entitled to these because they've been paid into the system by their families. I know, speaking from experience on this one too, I've been disabled since I was 12 years old. I had commercial medical insurance that basically tried everything they could to leave me to die. Yeah, that's what happened. And finally, when I turned 18, I qualified for medical and SSI and all this stuff. And, you know, those are not entitlements. Those are bought and paid for by my family. And I'm sick and tired of being told that it's entitlement, it's welfare, whatever you want to call it. It's fucking bullshit, alright? Healthcare shouldn't be bureaucracy of red tape and shit. It should be an entitlement. It should be. Basic healthcare is something that a country should want for all their people in order to keep the economy and everything else going smoothly. You have unhealthy people, they're not working, they're not paying into the system, they're draining the system, as you say, with their entitlements, you know? Give them some fucking medical care so they can get their shit taken care of and maybe they can get a job and pay for that shit, you know? Medical industry is billions and billions of dollar industry. The money is going into insurance executives' pockets. That's where it's going. These guys got billions of dollars, and you wanna wonder what their health care is like? I'll bet you it's top of the line. They ain't never gonna have a problem. They're gonna make sure everything gets covered, and it's just utterly bullshit to fight against the health of the people. It's stupid. It's dumb. I don't understand. I don't understand why you don't want people to be healthy. And you want to weed out the weak and let them just die on the side of the road. What kind of country is that? What kind of liberty is that? What kind of freedom is that? You know? I mean, you guys just want to deregulate everything and hope that it will magically fix itself. That's not going to fix itself. The corporations are fucking the people with regulations. What do you think they're going to do when you take those regulations away? Oh, now that you took the regulations away, here you go, little guy. No, that's not the way it's going to work. It's bullshit. Wake the fuck up and realize where the real problem lies, because you guys listen to this propaganda that blames it on the poor, that blames it on the immigrants, and you buy up that shit like it's fucking cotton candy or something. I don't get it. I don't get it. We're all gonna go downhill fast if we start going those routes. Start taking shit away from the people, and the people are gonna start taking shit away from you. That's just the way it's gonna work eventually, and that may be what it comes to. And maybe what it comes to. I'm going to move on to the whole issue on the whole gay marriage thing, because all the stuff that I see on that is ridiculous. It's trying to quote the Bible. Open your eyes and look at the information that people have put up about what the Bible actually says about what's a sin and what's not. I saw something great the other day about a sermon's I don't know if he was a pastor or a priest gave, about how the Bible says also if you get a divorce that you should stone the woman. We pick and choose which ones we want to follow based on our own bigotries, and that's ridiculous. If you're against marriage equality, you're a bigot, pure and simple. The Bible doesn't defend you. The Bible condemns you to hell for being judgmental, period. That's the way it is. Marriage is sacred. Marriage started as a government thing. For like ownership and stuff like that. The religions were around for like hundreds of years before they decided to make marriage a sanctimonious thing, and that's clear as day right there, you know. As far as the whole homosexuality issue and men wanting to marry men and women wanting to marry women, it's clear as day that they should be available to those rights in this country. This country was based on escaping religious persecution, you know, and this is what we've become in this country. Speaking of how we've become in this country, since when has it become socially acceptable to be racist against Muslims? Religious freedom. This is not a Christian nation. This is a free nation. This is a nation that was built this is a nation where most of the founders were atheists. They didn't even believe in the Bible and all that stuff. And that's why they made things the way they did, because what they believed is that people should be free. And I know that there was problems with that back then, but you know, that's what happens. We grow, we realize what's right and what's wrong, and what should be better for the people, and we should grow upon that and evolve. You know the word evolve? I know that you religious types don't want to believe in evolution, but it's pretty hard to deny. Me, myself, I can sit and believe in both evolution and God side by side. I'm not going to sit there and argue science. You know, I think science proves a lot of things. It doesn't disprove religion at all. If anything, I think a lot of science puts forth the effort that there maybe have to be more than there is. I mean, just based on everything that's discovered in science and rediscovered, and 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 um, and things that are discovered to be what science accepts as fact, and that changes. That changes as time goes by. The world wasn't always round, you know. Um, Got off subject a little bit about the whole gay marriage thing and stuff that you guys are all up in arms about. You know, I mean, what do we do with the percentage of people that are born with both male and female genitalia? Who are they supposed to fuck? Who are they supposed to marry? Are they just asked out because they have both? Because no matter what they do, they're with the same sex? Are they just supposed to marry themselves? I mean, it just when you lump all that stuff together, it should just make sense. But people are set in their bigoted ways, and they want to be intolerant. They want to be racist. They want to be against anything that they don't understand or that is not a part of their life. Well, you know, that's not what it's about. It's about everybody having equal opportunity. And when you take that opportunity away from one because it doesn't go along with your beliefs, that goes against everything this country was founded on. You wanna put all the Muslims in prison because they're obviously terrorists? I mean, come on, what kind of thinking is that? You know, in all religions, people have been mass murdered and genocide has been committed. And your Christian religion is no better than their Muslim religion. Your God is no better than their God, which is most likely the same God, because if you read about the different religions, you're basically all preaching about the same mythological stories that have been around since the Egyptians. You know, I mean, the Christian holidays, they're all pagan holidays. I'm sure most of you know that by now. If you don't, I mean, wake up, read a book, pay attention. They were pagan holidays that were transformed into Christian holidays to try and convert people. And nowadays, it's like all that stuff is sacred, only allowed for put Christ back into Christmas and la la la. You know, it's the winter solstice. That's what Christmas is. It's the winter solstice. Spring equinox. Spring equinox. There you go. There's your Easter. Easter was the Easter holiday was originally about fertility gods and stuff, you know, and they threw the whole Christ resurrection in there to help convert. I mean, I'm not saying the Christ resurrection didn't happen. I'm not saying it did happen. I'm just saying that the holiday was there before they decided to make it about that. Wow, this is turning into a long video because I'm irritated as all hell. I'm pissed. I'm a straight white male, and that's the way I feel. You know, I'm not threatened if a man wants to marry a man. Who are you to judge that? Who are you to stand up against that? You know, if your God is going to judge against that, that's for another time. That's for another place. That's not for the here and now. The here and now is about loving thy neighbor, tolerance and acceptance, and humility and being humble. It's not about you feeling like you're better than everybody else because you have this interpretation of what God's laws are, and you make believe you follow them, which you don't, because nobody does. So not only are you a bigot, possibly a racist, but you're a hypocrite too. And that's just the fact. That's just facts right there. You know, I'm not making this stuff up. This is based on stuff that's out there. I mean, look it up. You know? Let's see, what else can I be pissed off about? Or I could go back to the whole car thing. I got rid of my car because it's a death machine. It's probably more dangerous than guns are. Yeah, I said it. Shit, I've had a gun held up to my back of my head once. I've had a car try to run me over on the road more than 15 times. Because people don't pay attention, because people get comfortable behind their death machines and they think that everything's fine, and they don't pay attention, or they think that pedestrians don't have the right of way. Hello? You know, these things are dangerous. I got hit by a car not too long ago. My light was green. The little walk guy was lit, and dude made a speedy right turn, ran right into me. Luckily, I caught it in the corner of my eye and stopped just in time to just have him brush against my shoulder and you know, knock me, and there wasn't really any problems. But the dude just drove away, you know? I mean, I don't know. I understand that people need cars. I understand that people need guns, but I hate them. I hate them. I hate them for what they cause, you know? Pollution, accidents, death, you know? They call them accidents for a reason. Nobody purposely wants to run somebody over for the most part. Just like nobody purposely wants to shoot somebody with a gun. But you know what? Shit happens, so we need to put some control on these things. Not take them away. Just make you have to be more responsible if you're going to own one. Because people who aren't responsible shouldn't. They shouldn't own one. They shouldn't own one. And unfortunately, the majority of the population are irresponsible when it comes to these things. Wow, I just thought of something else I wanted to bring up. The news. I'm so sick and tired of the news. Just basically going on 24/7 about all that's wrong in the world, and politics this and politics that. When's the last time you saw a news program on I don't know, someone doing something good for people, something good happening in the world? You don't see it. Why? Because fear sells, fear controls. So they feed the people fear. They feed the people fear, and they keep their ratings up, and they keep the control, you know? Which brings me along to the whole aspect of food shortages. There's no such thing as food shortage. There's not enough on this planet to go around for everybody. There's no food shortage. It was manufactured. It was manufactured by the rich to find more ways to hoard the world's resources and to hoard more money. It's all a manufactured thing. And if you look it up, if you study a little bit of anthropology, then you could see it for yourself. You could see, I mean, shit's been caught on tape. You may not have seen it, but there's videos out there. Videos are really hard to do. These videos that show you the kind of crap that these corporations have done to manufacture food shortage and the need to ship jobs overseas and the needs to do this, blah, blah, blah. That's all fabricated. It's all fabricated. You could look it all up. I'm not going to have any links for you because, you know, fuck you. Look it up yourself. Obviously, you have the ability. You just refuse to do it because you want to be stuck in your own bigotry and in your own ways, and you want to make everybody else be like you. I'm just sick and tired of it. Coming from where I come from, I've been in the poor class. I've been in the middle class, lower middle class, and you know what happened? I got diagnosed with a rare and chronic disease at 12 years old. So my middle class family instantly became poor, because that's what happens. I had like 3 different types of insurances, 3 of them, and in order to get anything done, my family had to go into deep debt. You know, they didn't take from no systems or nothing. They didn't file bankruptcy. They did what they could, and you know what? They got fucked because of it. They got fucked, and it took many years for them to try and build back up to escape being in poverty. And I know because I went through it. I was right there. Can you imagine how that feels? Being a 13-year-old child on its deathbed and and one of your concerns is about how it's fucked up your family, I know. I have a long history of this, alright? I mean, I can go into it. You want me to tell you more about my history and all of this? Go ahead and comment below, and I'll make a video talking all about it. I could do a documentary on the shit that I've seen being chronically disabled for the last 20-some years. This is almost a 30-minute video, and I could keep going on, but I don't want to take more of your time. You've probably turned it off. I mean, unless you're someone who agrees with me, you might still be watching. But people who are kind of dumb, no offense, but I mean, not dumb, but ignorant to what's really going on around them, and the people who buy into all the lies and the propaganda, they're probably not even watching me anymore. That's another thing that irritates me. That's why you don't know, because if you see something you disagree with, you just turn it off and talk about how it should be banned or whatever. You know, you want to ban abortions, you want to ban the woman's right to take charge of her body in a situation that could possibly kill her, but you don't even want restraints on owning a gun. You want to go buy a gun like it's a toy gun or something. I don't know what you guys want. What do you even need a gun for? What do you need it for? You know? I carry a pin in my pocket. Someone tries to, if I have to fight for my life, I'll jab someone in the neck. You know? I don't need a gun. I'm not going to get a gun. No need for it. The only person who's probably going to get hurt if I own a gun is me or somebody I care about. And I'm smart enough to realize that. I'm smart enough to pay attention to the world around me to see what's really going on. Man, bro, I probably should have written some stuff to prepare this, but I was just so irritated this afternoon that I just went for it. I'm irritated. I'm tired of it. I'm fed up. I'm fed up. I'm fed up. I know from experience on all these issues. All these issues I have experience in. If it comes to gay marriage, if it comes to healthcare, if it comes to gun violence, domestic violence, poor, middle class, upper class. I've had experience in all these situations, so I'm not exactly ignorant on the subject. Just so you know, I'll probably spend the rest of my life in poverty because I happen to be disabled. And if I'm lucky, you guys won't take my benefits away like you keep trying to do. You know, why don't you guys ever go after the deep pockets? Why don't you guys go after corporate welfare? You know, why do you guys buy into this? It's all because of the little guy. The little guy is causing all of our problems. It's retarded. It's retarded. Things need to change. Things need to change in this country. And I'm frustrated, I'm irritated, and I'm going to continue to speak out. I'm going to continue to make these videos because I'm sick of it, and I don't know, because I can. Because I can and because I will. So feel free to hate on me in the comments, or agree with me in the comments, or, I don't know, buy a gun and shoot me because you don't like what I have to say. Yeah, I know, that was a little, I don't know, it was a stupid thing to say, and I said it anyway. Stupidity. Too much stupidity going around. Sick and tired. Wake up, people. Wake up. Pay attention to what's going on. Learn about what the real problems are, and where the real, deviance lies. Until next time.